Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis. Good morning to those of you across the Caribbean region and in the diaspora. Thank you for tuning into ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM for another edition of The Edge for Thursday, February 15th, 2024. I'm Devonne, Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me on the conversation for today. We are also live on ZIZ TV, ZIZ's Facebook page and YouTube channel. The numbers to call are 465-2555 or 718-577-2916 if you want to participate in the discussion for today. We have just about 1 hour. We'll wrap up the program at noon, just in time for the ZIZ midday newscast. But thank you so much for joining me on the discussion for today. At the end of this month, and it will run for the course of 2 days, the Ministry and Department of Youth Empowerment will host a National Student Congress to tackle violence within schools. And this is part of the crime prevention strategy. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Minister with responsibility for youth empowerment, the Honorable Iseline Philip, spoke about this during the Prime Minister's press conference on Tuesday. And it will target some more than 150 students across St. Kitts and Nevis, primary, secondary, and tertiary level. And the aim is for them to have meaningful discussions and to tackle the issue of violence within the schools. And as I mentioned, it is a part of the crime prevention strategy. And so you are tackling it from an early stage. Many people believe, and studies have shown, that the issue of crime and violence, for the most part, it begins in the schools, or it begins at a very early age or early stage in the lives of people, of criminals. And so they are looking to target students at the primary, secondary, and even the tertiary level to tackle the issue of crime and violence. The focus is to meet with the student council representatives. I think they'll also include the guidance counselors at the various schools, as well as teachers and other officials from across St. Kitts and Nevis in law enforcement, education, youth empowerment, social development, I think health as well. And the focus is to tackle violence within the schools. When you hear of the stories coming out of schools where children, they're angry, they're and I put it as blunt, they're violent. Some of them are very, very violent. And so I think this is an awesome initiative to address the whole issue of crime and violence here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And this will run from February 28th to 29th, 2024. It's 5 past the 11 o'clock hour, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio, and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for joining me on the conversation for today. If you're just tuning in, We're on the topic of the National Student Council, which is slated for the end of this month, and the aim is to tackle violence within schools, and this is a part of the crime prevention strategy here in St. Kitts and Nevis. The Minister with responsibility for youth empowerment, Iselin Phillips, spoke about this during the Prime Minister's press conference on Tuesday. Tackling crime and violence is something that requires the assistance of the entire community, police, government, you name it. It should be an all-of-society approach. And so instead of just relying on police, they are going into the schools and they want to have a conversation with the children, with the students, and focus on violence within schools. Again, I think this is an awesome opportunity. When it comes around to crime and violence, people, and you could understand it, but people would prefer to nip it in the bud. Or when you talk about crime and violence, instead of taking the longer route, for lack of a better phrase here, you want to know that you could stop it right away, where we can no longer have murders, robberies, you name it. But that, some suggest that when you do that, it is like you're putting a plaster on a sore instead of tackling the root cause of the issue. And so here you have criminals, and when they get to that stage, age, whatever, they're given some sort of incentive to say, well, if you don't commit this crime, or if you don't do this, or if you don't do that, here's what we can give you, instead of tackling it from the beginning. Does it work? I was listening to a clip from the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness some time ago, and he spoke about the police force there. I think it's the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and the government paying criminals, where it appears to be a situation where criminals are demanding money, and once they get that money, they're saying that they will no longer commit the crime. Now, it may work for the moment, but is it a sustainable practice? How do you manage it? Those are the questions that people ask. But what about tackling it from the root? It might take a longer time, but it shows that you are invested and you care about the well-being of these children. And so from an early age, when you see signs of that child or children maybe going down the path of delinquency, you may be able, with programs like these, to bring them back on the straight and the narrow. It may not be the case for all, but I really believe it could work. It may not be a today for tomorrow thing, where you start these programs today and then by tomorrow everything is fine. But I think it is definitely worth trying, having a conversation with young people in our country to find out what the issue is. Yesterday, a conversation was being had about mental wellness and mental health, and the fact that in our society we don't see the need, unfortunately, to have these conversations. We don't see the need to take mental wellness serious. People are afraid of being called crazy, Whenever we hear that somebody is going through, whether it be depression or some sort of mental illness, we immediately brush them aside. Some even go as far as to say, oh, these people are looking attention. I believe it is a case of ignorance for some, a case of they just don't have the information and so they don't know how to act, they don't know how to speak on it, or they just don't care about it. And so all of these things really have to be factored in when you're looking at crime and violence. I'm not a specialist in this area, but after looking at the various studies and so, all of these things definitely have to be looked at. We celebrate Mental Health Week, and we have week-long observations and celebrations, and we speak with guidance counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, from time to time. But there needs to be a focus on checking the mental wellness of people. Some people may not be able to see the signs, others may be able to. And if you, as I said yesterday, point them into the direction where they may get help. There's some people who are committing crime, and I don't want to say it is because of that solely, but that may play a role in why they have chosen that path. It is 14 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. We have some callers coming in, so we'll head to the phone line. So we have one caller. Caller, good morning, and thank you for joining me in the program today.
Good morning, how are you?
I am doing good. What about you?
Please to smile.
Sorry?
Please to smile. Anyway, what I want to ask, I did not see any parents' name called. The parents invited. It's a lot of parents, yes. But even a couple parents could go. That they could understand what's going on. And if it's only one day, I hear you say 29 something.
No, it's 2 days. It's February 28th and 2 days, yes. February 28th and 29th. And it's the students, I believe guidance counselors.
Yes, and you talk about
teachers,
right? Yeah. But what about the parents?
Well, perhaps they'll have a follow-up with the parents, but
yes.
I don't know if they'll have it in the first stage.
Okay, then, whatever, because the parents important too, eh?
Yes.
All right, thank you. If I get anything else, I'll call back.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Devonne.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. And I know you could, so I'm going to ask you how you do. This month is Black History Month. And I am going to continue with Black History knowledge. Now, the root of any evil starts in the home. And in there is where you got to nip the root in the bud all your clock before you get outside the door. And the parents allow the children when they're small and they're walking and touching this and going up by the kitchen and they're laughing and say, oh, he's small, he can go it out. That's where the child going to get way. I want to have its own way. Well, let me say this here now. The first Rasta man ever created in St. Kitts was my good brother, Noel Zambo Heath. We first met 1961 in Bastia Senior High School. And every time we see each other, he always have a smile. And I know Zambo, to my knowledge, never interfere with nobody first. As a matter of fact, when he left school, he went to the Virgin Islands and he worked for an oil company in St. Croix named Hess. And he saved his money and he come back and he put his money to use. He bought a piece of land and he was doing agriculture in that land, employing people. And then after the crime get so high, he told me that Mr. Washington Archibald, Mr. Earl Clark, and a pastor named Hepburn and Zambo himself, they get the youths of Irish Town to speak to those in Newtown who was in gang business, and he get them to separate themselves from gang. And he even organized basketball games for them to play. And he said that was a good start with them. And you know what he tell them? It is black killing black in St. Kitts. You all stop it. That is not good. So Zambo did well. And I leave here. 2011 went back to America in October. When I up there before October done, it was the 16th of October. I get a call from here say that I must be strong. They just shot my friend. I said, who that? They say they killed Zambo. I said, for what? And okay, long story short, up to now, nobody say who killed Zambo. And somebody know who killed Zambo. And that is bothering me and other people. Right. Nobody have no right to be shot down and killed innocently. So I hope that the investigation will continue and find out who killed Zambo, because he used to help the community when they have occasion like Christmas and whatsoever. He makes sure that all the needy elders in the village get something. And it is bad. Anyway, time is long. Somebody is coming. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution to the program. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Devonne. Hello?
Yes, caller, good morning. You're on the
air.
Yeah,
Devonne, yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning. First, I always want to thank God for life. Thank God for the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis, a blessed country. And I believe that if we only work together as one, black people, we could, and see it way, things will work out for us. Now, Brother Devonne, talking about dementia and mentally ill people. And I realize now a lot of young people getting down mentally ill, Devonne. And I don't know where this thing coming from. I don't know if it's the food they eat or whatsoever. But a lot of young people up there in the psyche of the quad, middle-aged people forgetting in the old is that when people don't just reach 50s, they forget. And I just want to know if it's the food we'll be eating. Because back in my parents' them time, I know my grandfather reached 80-something years. And we go up on my grandfather's bed and talk to my grandfather and remember everything from he was a little boy. But now, this dementia coming holy. I listened to BBC News there some night ago. They said that they're trying to find some medication or something to the elderly people who don't with tempted and so. That they could, their mind could keep focus and their mind could be. I don't know about the Devon, but something wrong with this mentally ill people. I know some of these young men use smoke and use the drugs and all kind of thing, and they get affected by that. But I'm talking about people who don't use drugs at all, getting mentally and getting the dementia holy. All right then.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. We had no callers on the line. All right, thank you so much. A caller made reference to crime starting in the home. You know, you may very well have a case. We have a caller. Okay, let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Host. Really, I would like to extend my sympathy to the family in that tragic incident that resulted in the death of these two children. I am aware of mental illness, and since COVID, worldwide, there's an explosion in regards to mental illness taking toll on the health. So, I am very much aware. I know that he exists, and really, you need to be more spiritual and you need the power of God. When medication and these things, God is able. Now, Mr. Host, I am talking about my experience in regards to the justice system, because this is bringing on a lot of stress. I happened to be at a court where there was a lot of seniors. And my matter actually came up before them, and up to when my matter was somewhat disposed. And our last year, they were not put back for this year. These are senior people, senior citizens, you know. It's not about me. But I had and let me tell you, I was an officer of the court. I was a police prosecutor here in our local court, doing criminal matters. matters that would go up to the judge and jury. So I'm familiar. I am not one who just thinks, but I had a matter with the court, a civil matter. And I was a bit disappointed up to now, because I did glad that my matter was being disposed of. But, Mr. Host, when the magistrate asks the person who lost the case to take the cost, my cost, to my lawyer office, with no time attached to that up to now. You see what I'm telling you? Up to now, that person, and I had cause to speak to them because I could settle matters outside the court. Up to now. So it seems to me that you have to take that person back to court again. Now, in the days I used to execute warrant choose to come out for costs, maintenance, and what have you. And you go to that individual who owes the money. It's either the money or the man. It's either you got the money or you go to the prison. And this is what bringing on a lot of stress and a lot of our senior citizens. Some of them down there, I sorry for them. And I got my own experience. I have to go back court again to get what is due to me legally.
All right.
So this, unless we get our justice system, and me the Attorney General is trying his best, I must be honest, in line, I want to quote what Amos said about justice. Amos chapter, just give me a minute, 12.
Let's quickly call it, and
verse 14, because this is affecting the nation. Make it your aim to do what is right, not what is evil, so that you may live. Then the Lord God Almighty really will be with you, as you claim he is. Hate what is evil, love what is right, and see that justice prevail in the courts. Perhaps the Lord will be merciful to the people of this nation who are still left alive. This is a national thing, you hear me? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's pause on the calls. I was making the point, the caller who made mention of crime starting in the home. I'm not disputing that, but there are instances where you grow up in a loving home, a Christian home, and your parents try the very best with you, and you are a completely different child when you go to school, and you are amongst your classmates and peers and whoever. So when you're home with your parents and family and whoever, you're the sweetest angel. But when you go to school, you are a terrorist, and your parents are not aware. That is why the teachers, principal, the school, the Ministry of Education, they continue to encourage parents to visit the schools and see how your child is doing in school. Have a conversation with the teacher, because from your perspective, you believe that your child is okay, yes, good, whatever. But in the school is a completely different child. And so having a conversation with the child's teacher, you can get a better understanding from the teacher how the child is doing in school, how the child is operating in school. But sadly, some parents are just not interested. Sadly. It is 11:26. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take a few more calls. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, I won't be long, Mr. Host. Thanks for taking my call. It's just a correction. That passage of scripture in regards to justice that impacts any nation is Amos chapter 4, verse 14.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, caller. Let's head back to the phone lines. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Devonne.
Yes.
Listen, let me tell you something. The problem that goes on with children start some of the problem at home, and some of the parents see the problem, and they love the children to go along and play circles with them. Some of the parents will say, "Oh, it's small, like wait till it get a little bigger." And when the child getting bigger, the problem is getting bigger. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. When...
Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. Let's head back to the phone lines. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, how are you today? Happy Thursday to you.
I'm good, thanks. Same to you.
Yeah, depression and dementia. I believe in big people got depression and dementia, you know. Devonne, you have a young guy came on there a while ago, a young man. I told him time I visit him, do not call my name and the ear. I do not like it. Do you know he did it twice yesterday? He did it on ZIZ and he came on again and did it on Freedom. I told him I didn't like it, you know. I do not like it, you know. He have a bit of money.
Okay.
And I don't like them things. It look like you want me to get some. So, saying that to say this, yeah, but the gentleman was talking about the depression. Yeah, in the one, but you could pick it up. You used to have change the child with it. Because you ask them a question, they answer your fast. What? You used to me, we're going to do this. Ain't going to tell you I don't do that. And then you pick it up from there and say, no, man, my child ain't so good. If it ain't, they living with you. They don't on their own. They may be 21, 22. And you say, child, what happened to you? But some people keep the problem. They do not express themselves to people. When I was younger, I was like that, you know, and everybody to me. And like I tried to keep it in, and I don't want to say nothing and so. But now as I get older, they won't ever watch me try. They say, well, you watch me for me not play with him, you know. And somebody will say, I see the one person this morning, he watching me. And when he watching me, he said, I'm a big woman too, I could be your mother. You ain't watch me for no reason, right. But I put the watch into, you know, into meaning. This time you mean nothing with me. You just watch me and say, no, that's a lady doctor calling, and the ear and what's not. So I don't know, we need to get the treatment. We too wide now, we got free treatment down the clinic Tuesday and Thursday, free. If you have a personal doctor, you go to your private doctor and answer things. It's my family, they be, I'm so sorry. I got to be hearing this, maybe we run change together, so I'm so sorry, you know, but you know, I getting some feedback now, like reaching out.
All right, caller, we have to take some more calls, all right? So thank you for your contribution. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes.
One of the things I would like to mention to you, right, is that the type of music that is being played now, not even privately, but openly, I think has a lot to do with how the young people minds are leading to that direction. I told someone, right, whenever you want to know what is coming next in a country, listen to the type of music that is being portrayed. Before the sexual promiscuous acts used to happen, back in the day with Buju Banton, Jiggy, all those, they had a lot of sexual music being played. Like you had one called Time to Have Sex, you know, and all kind of different things. And then after a certain time, the whole nation, young people started to move in that direction. Then you had Biggie Small, you had all of these violent music being played, rap artists, them kind of things there. Now, we're getting into that era. So you have to look at the type of music, and what we're realizing happening right now, and the government need to put a cap on this, the type of explicit music being played, real vulgar, and being played like in cars driving on the road. Little children hearing that, school children in Washi swearing, cussing at times, right? One of the things also, again, I realized he had a guy who went to Jamaica to study to be a boat harbor. He came back here in St. Kitts. somebody gave him a joint to smoke and put something in it, and he sent the man off. Up to this day, the man never caught back his mind, and he went to study this and all. Wow. So, and I remember a time when Judith used to swing in Newtown. He had a guy, I don't call the name really, but he had a guy, a Rastafarian, dressed in all white. I saw an individual went up to the person and said, "You got any on you?" And he took out a little pebble and gave him, and he gave him the money. And you know what? All of these things happening in St. Kitts. What I realized is like the crazy people used to be on the street, like Pindas still alive, but I was just calling him, for example. A lot of them die or they're somewhere, and you're finding a lot of young people replacing them now. Right? But a lot of it have to do with the type of music being played, the games that these young children playing, a lot of shoot 'em up game, a lot of first-person shooter, a lot of it. So if the government ain't find a way how to control this, it would affect this generation. Because when you play a first-person shooter, the latest, it is very entertaining. You want to hold a gun now and see what it's like to shoot it, and when you play a lot of these first shooters, all you're thinking about is just shooting the gun off to somebody that you hate, and that's it. You ain't worrying about the repercussions. You ain't seeing the person when they're struggling. The American soldiers they just train these Navy SEALs. They just play these first-person shooters as well too, the high-class ones, them. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of these things need to happen in order to control the generation. Otherwise, what will happen, you can just see it just rehappening. But the last point I would like to make is they have to find a way how to control the type of vulgarity in the music. Right. They call it the genitals the most vulgar in the music, and it's like nobody ain't disturbing anybody. It's like it's okay now. All right, that's my input. Thanks.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. We'll take one more call and we'll take a break. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Okay, real quick. I agree with the caller 100%. Now, Devonne, you mentioned something that the parents them need to go to the school. What I think the parents should do really, go to the school and carry the teaching that they give the children in the home and tell the child in front of the class, let me tell you something. If I have to come back up here a second time for you, I'm going to beat you in front of the whole class, and you ain't going to like it. So stop your stupidness and obey the teachers them, and do not follow your peers them with no ignorance. Thank you, Devon.
Thank you for your contribution. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Stay tuned.
The TDC Group of Companies wishes to advise its valued customers and clients that the TDC Automotive Division St. Kitts will be closed for stock taking on Friday 16 and Saturday 17 February. The store will open on Monday 19 February at the usual business hours. Any inconvenience this closure may cause is regretted. The office appreciates your usual kind considerations.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Feel the love this Valentine's with his and hers iPhone 15 from Digicel. Simply activate a 3-day Prime bundle or higher. Switch to Digicel or pay your bill for your chance to win an iPhone for you and your bae. Enjoy your new smartphones on the best LTE network. Plus, get endless social chat data when you activate a Prime bundle. We're giving you endless reasons to win and switch to Digicel this Valentine's. Activate or pay your bill on My Digicel today. Digicel, better connected this Valentine's.
The TDC Group of Companies wishes to advise its valued customers and clients that the TDC Automotive Divisions and Kits will be closed for stock taking on tomorrow, Friday 16, and Saturday 17th February. The store will be open on Monday 19th February at the usual business hours. Any inconvenience caused is regretted. The office appreciates your usual kind considerations.
Welcome back to the Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open and we are taking your calls. We'll take another call. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, hello. Hello.
Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Yes, you know, you had some ignorant parents will tell the children to take the lick from the body. You know that, right? So, all of that. You could hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, you know, they have some ignorant parents. Just tell the children don't take the licks from the body. So all of that will come into effect. You understand what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So if you tell the child, well, and no, there was wrong to hit you, you was wrong, sip it out. Don't go too far. The other thing I want to ask, with the integrity, you know, some ministers just gone in and they had business. Them will have to give their asset to, or just in government?
Yes. Everybody has to file as long as you're a public official.
Yes, I know, but remember what to tell you. They had the business before coming into government.
Yes.
They still have to do that.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Take care. Let's head back to the callers. All right. So, the caller made that point about the music in our society and the music portraying violence. Why? Whenever we have this conversation, right? The people who like to listen to the quality music, let us be angry at you, saying, "Oh, but you don't have to listen," right? But it's just the other day, a colleague and I were looking at a music video of a particular artist whose name I'll not mention because I'm not ready for that conversation yet. But we were looking at a particular artist, the music video, and man, if you see the violence, load of guns and all sorts of things, and yeah, you want to do that, okay, fine. Not fine, let me take that back. But you want to do that, that is your decision. What I can't understand is why do you see the need to do a music video and all you can think about, all your creative directors can think about, is to have AK-47 and them different types of powerful guns. Whether it is fake or real, I don't know. But you're doing a music video and you mean to tell me your creative directors, they're so creative, all they can think about is to load up the music video with guns? I mean, come on. But the music, I mean, sometimes when you really sit down and you listen to the music, right? Boy, it's garbage, you know? It's garbage. Them that us be spewing. And sometimes we don't even listen to the lyrics. We just like the beat of the music, the rhythm, and so we move with it. But it's a pile of garbage they're singing. And whenever this conversation is had, there are others who are ready to fly down your throat, saying, well, you don't have to listen. I can't tell you what to sing. Sing what you want. But that caller who made the point about the music and the fact that it's portraying violence, I hear you. Just the other day, the police sent out a statement banning Kim and Six and a Trinidadian artist. When I went on YouTube and I looked at the music videos, every single music video had a gun in it and portrayed violence. For what, may you know? You're listening to the Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Do we have any callers? We do. Let's go back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Host. I would like to really touch on the mental health aspect of it, because I have realized in recent times, even in the United States, as recent as over the weekend, you had a mother who went to, you would have heard about it, Pastor Joel Osteen Church, with a 5-year-old child. You understand? With a long gun. And she opened fire. And actually, fortunately, you had some security personnel there at the church who killed her. But you would ask why she would take that little innocent child to really on a mission like that, suicide mission as far as and so on. And this is showing you where mental illness really is a disease, a sickness really, that the person is not in control. And I've known many cases, especially in the United States, where mother took the life of the children. And I'm asking if there was any red flag here with the mother of these children. Or, you know, was anyone see signs? Because this lady actually got the weapon legally. And it was registered that she was suffering from mental illness. So sometimes some authorities, some personnel dropped the ball, because she should not be allowed to purchase a gun because of her mental status, her health. So a lot of that goes, and I'm wondering if this lady here is thinking, if we did not, you know, see something to protect these children. So I sympathize, and these are the last days. You're talking about violence. Well, there's going to be violence in music as well as physical, war, and everything. This is the end time, and there are a lot of people who are living in denial. But I am here to echo it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl, for your contribution. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge for Thursday, February 15th. Stay tuned.
ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
Get ready to ignite your Tuesday nights with a show that's as educational as it is entertaining. Welcome to Pleasure Pulse, your weekly guide to the world of sex education. Join Roma every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. exclusively on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It's the perfect way to spice up your midweek routine and get answers to all your burning questions. Whether you're looking for relationship advice or curious about the art of intimacy, Roma's got you covered. Pleasure Pulse, every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. only on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Don't miss out. Your sex education journey starts this Tuesday with Roma as your guide.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne, Cornelius.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Calling and the ministers of government and so, right? When we don't vote, they ain't coming back to look for us. But when they want the voting back, that they could win, they're coming back. But ministers, you all don't come back, and you are in the quarry, you know. Because that is bad. You can't find them. You call them there and answer in the phone, and they give you the number.
And this mental thing is going bad for you. But sometimes you got a problem and you ain't want to tell nobody. And sometimes you got this sickness and you just afraid to tell people. But if me got a problem, you talk, everybody gonna know. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's take this on the call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, me again. Brother. No, this is something right now that I don't believe society, now government, and nobody could do nothing about. But Devonne, people getting children when they're supposed to get children. You understand? And you cannot stop people from getting children. No, people getting children and then turn their back on the children. Some of these mothers, fathers getting children and supporting them, taking the children. What government going to do? What society could do about it? This is the big part about it, Brother Devonne. I mean, brother, you're Devonne, yeah.
Yes.
And I do not think the only person could about it. Only God could come and deliver us out of this situation where we're into. With the music business, I believe music that will play a big role in it. Because even for these passenger bus, nothing sensible, nothing news, nothing. They're bringing an arc in the now, my bad word, and all these things from the bus. So in society, human beings just be where they be. And I believe some people just born to be where they be, Brother Devonne. No matter what, some people just born to be what they be. The Bible don't tell a lie. It said the sin that your poor parents them do, it falls on the third and the fourth and the third generation. The Bible ain't telling a lie. We're going to Bible prophecy right now. The whole world. You understand? And this thing we got to face, this is a challenge, and this thing that we got to look up to Christ and be more focused on what we're doing. And when you get a child, you choose to get a child when you want a child. Not just get a child because you want some money in your hand and meet somebody and got fun with them, and when you look to get a child and when you look, you turn your back on the child. Okay, Brother Devonne, you take care.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Okay, Devonne, what comes out of a person's mouth defile their body. Now, these people who sing in these derogative, deplorable stupidness on the radio and calling them music, why can't they portray the actions of a hymn as a good Samaritan, helping someone on the way who needed help? Why can't they make a video of that? Because they don't have that in the heart to help do good to people. The time that they're going to take to go do video and giving the lyrics behind it, what a M16 and Techno and give back 12 and that kind of thing could do to people. That is their intention anytime, and they're supporting the people who are doing that. There was a minister who run country, Mr. Bradshaw. He never used to play. I could tell you because there is an owner of a media. He testified, and I know when it happened, he said one time he made a mistake and played a song on the radio. And Mr. Bradshaw called up there and tell them, move that person from there. He suspended him for 2 weeks, and that wasn't as what you call deplorable as what we're hearing today. And a lot of these men who said they're singing rap and all that kind of foolishness, they have no respect for women. They try to bring down women to the lowest degree, and they should ban those things from on the radio. Thank you, Devonne.
Caller, thank you for your contribution. You've been listening to the Edge. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this other call. Hello, caller.
Yes, Devon is me again. Look here, we done when long time when the bus used to be running. You know, it's just people like drinking and so they need to sit and smoking and that thing. We do that at home. The government say they don't mind you to do it at home. They're smoking commonly, and then the bus coming in the station with all this radical noise. I say, look at that. They need to go down there and put police down there who can pull them up because it's not sounding nice at all. And Mr. Politics, the word you just assault you. You're too disgusting. Do not call my name and the ear don't like it.
All right, Carla, thank you for your contribution to the program. You have been listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. We've been having a conversation surrounding crime prevention and some of the things that we believe contribute to crime and violence. When I opened the program, I made mention of the upcoming National Student Congress, and you'll hear more about that in our newscast later. And this is geared towards tackling violence within our schools, and it is part of the crime prevention strategy. Callers made the point that music, some of the music that we listen to, it portrays a lot of violence. Games, those video games, and some of the things that children and people, adults too, are exposed to on social media and the internet. And then you have parents who are aware of the signs. They see the signs of their children becoming delinquent and going down a road of destruction, and they completely ignore it. They turn a blind eye. And so you know that your child, your son or your daughter, is involved in this, and instead of you, some do. Let me say some do, so I'm not painting all people, our parents here with a broad brush. Some do. But instead of you try to nip it in the bud and control that situation, you allow them to go down that path. And when the unfortunate happens, you seek to blame everybody else except yourself. You seek to blame police, you seek to blame teachers, you seek to blame the community, you seek to blame government, when you had the opportunity to do something. Maybe it's a case where those bodies I mentioned earlier tried to help you, but you refused the assistance. Because some people got too much pride these days. But it's definitely a conversation that must continue for us to continue to find ways to prevent and to decrease criminal activity within our communities. So it's not just these programs, but sometimes it's really the things that we are exposed to. You have children at a very young age being exposed to these music videos that, when I tell you they have a lot of violence in them, you really can't believe how did YouTube allow these things to be on their platform. I mean, I can't dictate what goes on these platforms, but when you look at the videos and you listen to the music, it's garbage. And I don't apologize for saying that. It is garbage. Quelby, confusion. I can't even find a better word to describe it, because I don't even know what it is. We need to do better. But this is a conversation for another time. Until next time, you guys stay safe and continue to enjoy your Thursday. It's been a very good conversation with you. You've been listening to The Edge for Thursday, February 15th, 2024. See you tomorrow. Same station, same time. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Please take your time on the road. Please, if you're late, you're already late. I want to leave an inspiring or inspirational quote with you. Keep trying. That's it. Keep trying. Coming up at noon, the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Take care.